Because I am a little bit older, the girls call me Nanny or Auntie. It's just about playing a game that I really, really love. Yeah. The crowd at that World Cup, right from the first game through to that final, was just amazing.
Bye, kids. I'm going to go park now. Here she is. Here she is. Hello, welcome.
Hi. Oh my gosh, exciting.
Great to have you with us.
I'm
glad, thank you. Thank you. It's not bad, is it? I'm glad you're excited. Before we go though, let's just all get a selfie. I'm going to do one of those out. Oh no, can I? Yeah. Oh, so fun! Honestly. Yeah. So, yeah, you like the whip?
Yeah, it's a nice ride.
Nice view up here.
Damn.
Only the best for you, Portia.
You.
Thank you so much for your time today. So special to have you here with us in England.
Oh, thank you so much. Honestly, at the start of this week, the weather was beautiful when we first got in.
Yeah, I don't know what's happened now.
Yeah,
that's the thing about England.
This feels like New Zealand, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I've never been to New Zealand. How does it compare being over here?
The weather's very similar. So like at home in New Zealand, we're just towards the end of winter, I think, or just heading into spring. So it's still quite cold, overcast. This feels like home. But in terms of like the surroundings, it's very different. Like the buildings, right? The buildings are so different. And we watched Coronation Street growing up. So, wow, I don't know how much I actually watched, but we definitely saw the buildings and I feel like I'm in the show.
You are the main character right
now. Totally.
Really you are. Look, we didn't even know whether you'd be in this World Cup. Just throwing it back 12 months or so,
Literally.
You know, you announced your retirement and now you're back in business and you have done so much. I mean, let's reel off a few things. You know, you've been the 15s and 7s World Player of the Year. You've won 2 World Cups already. You're a 3-time Olympic medalist. There's not much you haven't done, Portia, to be honest, is there? But you wanted a little bit more. You couldn't leave quite yet.
Yeah, I guess for me, it's never really been about all the pinnacle events or all the accolades. It's just about playing a game that I've really, really loved. Yeah. You know, in those early stages, we weren't paid. We were literally doing it for the love of the game. Probably not as much as the generation before us, but I just love the game so much. And that's probably why I came back after 12 months of retirement.
Honestly, we're happy to have you back, that's for sure.
But on the other hand, like the buzz and chat around this World Cup just feels different this year. So it's, if anything, the perfect World Cup to come back to because it's just such an opportunity.
I think so too. And you know, being in England, it's so accessible to so many different nations. So many fans can come watch. New, old, the absolute die-hard fans can be a part of such an amazing World Cup. And the build-up to it has been incredible. Like being here in England, we've seen the posters, we've seen support on like even just the water bottles. Like there's just Rugby World Cup 2025 everywhere, and I love that. And I'm grateful that yes, I couldn't say no to this World Cup.
Honestly, we are happy. I think the whole nation was happy when you said that you'd be hoping to get back for another World Cup and your 3rd one. How do you think this is going to compare to, you know, your previous stints with New Zealand at World Cups? I mean, you've won 2 already.
Yeah, I think it's going to be different, of course. The game has progressed a lot since the last World Cup. Even my game has progressed a lot since the last World Cup. But what I love the most about it is just learning. And I love being around the likes of Rohe the Man and all of the girls, just learning so much from them, even from our younger girls like Braxton Sorensen McGee. She's such a cool, calm, collected kid, so well confident in herself and in her abilities that I love learning from her. But that's the biggest part, is I just love learning from the game. The expectation on wingers has changed a lot too. A lot more expectation to get involved and play off the pivots or the playmakers, and so I'm really looking forward to that.
Yeah, the game as a whole has really developed, hasn't it? Especially within the women's game. And like you say, your role specifically has varied over the years, and that probably keeps things exciting for you.
Yeah, absolutely. Like for me, in New Zealand, I was playing Super Rugby, playing for Blues. I played a lot more in the centres, and I really enjoyed that, and it gave me a bit more of an understanding of the game. And so now playing as wing back for the New Zealand team, I'm just really frothing every little bit that I get to learn. Like I love that word because it gives like such an expression, right? But yeah, there's learning so much from the centres, from the wings, and just being in the game so much I love.
And it does show you how much the game has actually come on, the women's game. Even the fact that your roles have changed, things are just evolving constantly, which is just so exciting to think about.
Yeah, totally. And you have players right across the whole world that are learning the game, right? Or they're absolutely well versed in the game, but the game has changed over the last 4 years, the last 2 years. The sides like USA, they've got some amazing players like Alona Ma and Alev Kelter, and for me, I know them from the sevens environment, but as 15s players, they're great players, and same as in the Ireland team. There's so many players throughout the whole world that they've come into this World Cup, and I think it's going to be, without a doubt, it's going to be the biggest World Cup ever.
I feel like there's so much excitement in this vehicle right now. I feel like not just here as well, you know, further afield, there's been so much talk about this World Cup, what it's going to do for the game. I know we saw the impact that it had in New Zealand. I feel like this is going to be the biggest one yet. What's it been like at home though? Because I saw that you had such a wonderful send-off.
Yeah, so just as we left, we went to an intermediate school, so ages between, I guess, 11 and 13.
Yeah.
They set up like this really beautiful moment of us getting welcomed into the school. They set up some really cool chants for us to get amongst, and then they gave us some gifts. Like every single member, management and player got given a gift. And so this is, I've been wearing this every day.
Aww.
So this is greenstone, and we call it a pounamu. So it's pretty much just like a gift, but you can only find this in the South Island of New Zealand, and so we all got given one of these gifts, and not everyone gets, you know, like a pounamu is very special to New Zealanders.
Cool.
So
good luck charm.
Yeah, I think so. But it was such a beautiful farewell that all of us, we just felt so much pride to represent all these people that are there.
Yeah.
But again, unfortunately at home, I don't think there's been as much build-up as we'd kind of hoped. You know, at the last World Cup, they put so much effort into get exposure, get people knowing about it, talking about it. It was everywhere, that last World Cup. And so this one, it probably hasn't happened as much, which is a little bit disappointing, but it's awesome to see when we come to this side of the world, everyone is buzzing, everyone is talking about it.
Yeah, I do remember when it was happening in New Zealand, there were so many people trying to create a buzz over here. It was quite similar, because when your team is travelling, it's harder to build momentum at home, right? But you have some travelling fans coming too. So as well as your friends and family, are you expecting quite a crowd to be there with you?
I get quite a lot of messages through Instagram saying that they're coming to the World Cup. Like I've definitely seen an increase of people coming to watch us because we're on this side of the world. But again, we've also got so many people coming from home. My wife, my mum and dad, my auntie, my uncle, cousins that are coming. Like, so I think this is going to be the biggest cohort of supporters that we'll ever have at any pretty much pinnacle event for the 15s team. So very exciting.
And that's what you need. You need that buzz and that support, and especially your family as well. That makes it even more special.
Absolutely. And when you can hear, you know, your team being called out in the crowd, or your names being called out, or people just chanting for you. And I think that's what this side of the world does really well, is really supports women's rugby. Every time I've played in England, the crowds have been out the gate supportive, really, really full. They're there before the game starts, and they're there until the game's finished. They're screaming and they're yelling at the crowd, and that's not even our family and friends. So I think that is what's amazing about being on this side of the world, is everyone supports the game and really is into it right from the start.
I hope you all feel incredibly welcomed, because I know that our fans will be just as excited to see you guys, like in the flesh, just as much as they'll be excited to see England. You know, it's very rare that we get an opportunity to actually go to games and watch you guys, so it's just as exciting for us to see all of you in action too. To be absolutely honest, that's what I love about coming to the side of the world, is just the support that we always get. And it doesn't matter, like you say, it doesn't matter who they're supporting, they're just always there. I love it. That's what rugby's about though, isn't it, guys? That's why we love it, is because it's about community. Yeah, we all have a team and we all back our own teams, but ultimately it's about the game, it's about families, about bringing people together. And, you know, a few hard tackles in between.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
We're all friends at the end of the day, aren't we?
Absolutely. And I think that for me, being in a rugby environment for the last 13 years, that's what I've loved, is the community you create and the body types that are accepted on the field. There's a position for every body type possible. And then because you have every body type possible, you have so many different backgrounds that come around and people from different value systems, and so it creates such a beautiful and well-versed and holistically whole community that when you get out on that field, you just want to do your absolute best. And when you smash somebody on the field, or you run over them or run around them, off the pitch you're mates again, and I love that part about rugby too.
For sure. That's the best part in it. You can be so aggressive, smash someone, and then give them an even better hug afterwards. It's like, what even is this?
Or you'll swap a jersey with each other, or you'll go out for a couple of drinks afterwards or something like that. You know, like that's just what rugby is.
Oh, I love it. Now, we are taking you to York Community Stadium, and a little birdie tells me you've not actually been here yet.
No, I've never been there.
And this is where your first game against Spain is going to be. And obviously we're talking to you a few days before that game. How much are you looking forward to being here, seeing the pitch, taking it all in and getting ready for that first game?
Oh, I was telling my friends, I think I get to go to the stadium today. And they're like, oh my gosh, make sure you take photos, make sure you have a look around. I was like, yes, I will. I'd like to, if possible, we could get onto the pitch and I can visualize where I'm going to be running, or where we're going to stand for our Haka and things like that. But the excitement is real, right? We've been here for a week officially. We got in last Thursday, and the girls are so excited to be at the World Cup. There's so much excitement building within the team. We've done analysis, we've done so much training. We're so excited.
Oh my word, and we're here, and you can see the branding. It's looking great.
It's so cool.
And in a couple of days' time, this is going to be heaving.
Yeah.
It's exciting.
I could imagine that there's going to be crowds walking in everywhere, yeah.
Madness.
Well, we've got the perfect position to have a sit-down chat with you. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Let's do this. Here we go.
Exciting. Okay, don't fall out the car.
Bye, kids. I'm going to go park now. Hello and welcome to Stronger Than You Think with me, Ashley Mowat.
And me, Jodie Ansley. Our guest today is a true icon in both the rugby world and just sport in general.
We're so excited to speak to her today. She's been the Women's 15s and 7s Player of the Year. She's a 2-time World Cup champion. She's won 3 Olympic medals. And she's here with us today. I can't quite believe it, to be honest. A big kia ora to Portia Woodman-Wickliffe. Have I said that right?
That's perfect. Great pronunciation.
Thank you so much. It's such a delight to have you with us. Well, we are currently filming this ahead of your first game here at the World Cup. This is your first visit here?
Yeah. First time at the York Community Stadium. Really excited. I was telling the girls I get to scope out the stadium before we even get there. So really, really cool.
What's your favourite thing been so far? Because we've just had a little chat about Coronation Street, haven't we?
She loves it. Who knew?
Yeah, well, I think every kid who grows up in New Zealand, when you stay at your auntie or your nana's house, they put on Coronation Street when we were younger. And so being here, going past all the buildings, it makes you feel like you're in it. So
it is such a beautiful place, York, to be honest. Of all the places that you could come to in the UK, I've only been here a couple of times, and it's such a wonderful, I don't know, very English vibe. The architecture and everything is lovely here.
Yeah, that's what we kind of get. We like very, very, very English, like you said, but also just quite quaint and quite tiny, and you get to walk around the wall, the gardens, the minster. It's really beautiful here. We've really enjoyed it.
Good, and it looks like you've enjoyed it from your social media. I mean, New Zealand, they are doing so well. I feel like I'm in the team, you know. You see so much of you girls and your personality.
Yeah.
Has that been something you really wanted to convey?
Yeah, I think we were lucky enough. We had one of our, I guess, influencers back home come and talk to us and just share how important it is for each person in our team to share our world. And you never know who you're going to be able to influence or people are going to relate to your story. So it's been really important for us to just share anything and everything, and for girls to actually express their characters.
And obviously, you have already competed in 2 Women's Rugby World Cups previously. You've won both of them, which makes that a 100% winning success rate, Portia. So how do you feel about this year, and how's your approach been, and how has that differed to previous years?
I think each time it changes, right? Like the very first one in Ireland 2017 was all about learning and experiencing as much as I can, and I was lucky enough to play alongside some amazing Black Ferns players. So that was just out the gate. And the last World Cup, again being in Aotearoa, New Zealand, something you don't often get to experience. I'm lucky enough that I was one of the players that got to be a part of that World Cup, and now coming to this one, England, the biggest World Cup yet. England themselves are on an absolute winning streak, so the build-up to this tournament has been incredible. Teams like USA, Ireland, Canada, France, the game has changed so much since the last World Cup, and so for me coming into this, I'm still learning as a winger. The game has progressed a lot, and there's a lot more expectations on a winger now. But for me, I just love playing, I love learning, I love being alongside some of the world's best rugby players, and I just get to play. Like, I just love the game so much. Like, that small stint that I had when I retired, I was like, oh, I love the game. I just can't walk away from it yet.
So does it almost make you appreciate it more? Obviously, you sort of had your little break and then you come into a tournament like this.
Being a part of this environment, this tournament, knowing it's going to be the biggest World Cup ever, it makes you appreciate every little bit of it. The little stint I had that I was away and had to watch the teams from afar on the screen, like being a part of it just makes it so much more special.
How has your role within the team changed over the years that you've been playing? So you've been playing for such a long time now, and like we said, this will be your third World Cup. So are you more in a leadership role and mentoring the younger members of the team? Because it is a young squad. I think it's 16 players who played in the last World Cup are still featured in, but a lot of young players.
Yeah, a lot of young players. So because I am a little bit older, the girls call me Nanny or Auntie. I love it. But to be honest, I'm learning a lot from the girls themselves. They bring a different view, a different understanding of the game, and I've never really experienced that. Mine was just, for me, I would literally just stood out wide and just caught the ball whenever the ball came my way. But with the likes of Aisha Letiinga and Caitlin Vahakolo, these girls have the game so down-packed and they're so professional. So I'm learning a lot from them as they say they are learning from me. I guess in terms of, you know, like you said, third World Cup, played multiple pinnacle events, the pressure that comes with that, I will be passing on as much as I can with the pressure moments that comes with those moments. But apart from that, I'm learning just as much as the girls are learning. I love to be a part of the team. I just love to have a good laugh.
Love that. And obviously, like from a media point of view and more eyes on the game now, surely you can see throughout your career the impact that's had on the game in general. Oh yeah, without a doubt. When we first started, the games were barely shown on TV. I think my family had to download a VPN to change their location to be in England or America so that they could watch the game online. So the game has changed because of the visibility. The visibility has helped girls to understand who each player is, understand how amazing the game is, and not just the players that want to play, but the parents who are a little bit questioning the game, understanding that yes, it may look physical, but it's beauty. You know, every time any player steps out on that game, out on that field, it is beauty that is played out there. So the visibility has been massive, but also just people buying into the sport and networks understanding that to feature the game, to feature women, it's going to help the game as well.
I was going to say, how hungry is this New Zealand team to back up what they did at the last World Cup? Because as you mentioned, England, I think it's a 27-game winning streak. That's what they're on right now. Does that fire you up a little bit?
Oh, absolutely. I think for England, they've won 55 out of 56 matches, and the last game they lost was that World Cup final in Aotearoa, New Zealand. Man, I can't even imagine the pressure that they might be feeling too, right? They're on an absolute winning streak. But for us, New Zealand, like, we've put in a lot of work. I've been lucky enough to join just this year, but for the last 3 years, the girls have been grinding, the management have been grinding and working really, really hard. And from the last World Cup to this World Cup, the connection is really on point. The connection with just management to players has been really incredible, and I don't think I would have noticed that if I hadn't have experienced that last World Cup. So yeah, we're absolutely hungry. You know, we've seen the media, we've seen how much the girls on this side of the world have played rugby, how much game they've played, and for us, we're just absolutely hungry just to get started.
Oh, it's going to be good, isn't it?
Lots of people are talking about, you know, a potential England-New Zealand rematch in the final. That's what you're hoping for, is it?
Absolutely. You want to be the best, you want to beat the best, and you want to be in that final. It's at a sold-out Allianz Stadium, potentially against England. But, you know, we've got a little bit to get through before that point.
Obviously, we all sort of see rugby as a really welcoming game. Has that always been the case for you, or has that changed throughout your own journey?
I think there's been moments, without a doubt. You know, you have sly comments on social media, or comments when you're like, you know, for us when we're sitting in the sauna, some person will make a comment that women shouldn't be playing the game. But as a whole, the sport, the community, the environment that you're actually playing in, absolutely. It is so supportive. I think everyone knows that within rugby there's a spot for any body, any physical body on that field. So it's really supportive in terms of like as a person, as like who you are as a person, like same-sex relationships, all of that is really welcomed within the environment, and I think that's what I've really loved about it. They'll give you crap, like don't get me wrong, your teammates will give you crap day in and day out, but they're going to love you for it and they're going to appreciate you for who you are.
I envy that so much. I think being part of a team must be such a wonderful feeling because it's kind of an extended family almost. And there's so many young kids looking up to you and this next generation of women's rugby players. What kind of legacy do you hope to get from your time playing?
I think for me, I just want girls to know that they can achieve anything. I never had female rugby players to look up to. I looked up to Jonah Lomu and my dad, and he's amazing, right? Jonah Lomu is amazing, but we also get to be that inspiration for 5, 6, 12-year-old girls who are coming through the sport. The also cool part is there's so many opportunities out there in the world that young girls coming through can pick whatever one they want. And the cool thing, what I guess for me is my journey changed. I wanted to be the fastest woman in the world doing athletics. I wanted to play netball for New Zealand, and now I'm playing rugby for New Zealand and have achieved some amazing things. So I guess if people were to see us, it was understand what your dream is and understand that they're gonna change every now and then. It's okay. Success isn't just a straight line. It's lots of highs and lows and curvy loops. But as long as you're chasing the thing that you love, that's all that matters.
I mean, I wouldn't want to see you in netball. Did you say, do you do netball as well?
I love netball.
Your mum was a netball coach, was she?
My auntie was a netball coach. She was a silver fern and like represented New Zealand for netball as well, yeah.
So do you feel like that was what you were initially destined for, as the netball world, and then you made the turn to rugby?
Yeah, I think because in New Zealand, rugby wasn't well supported, and netball was. For me, that was like, you could be a professional netball player and you could create a lifestyle with it. And so I was like, oh yeah, sweet, I love that. And looking up to some of the players that I looked up to, Tima Pata-George, I wanted to be just like her. But I had always had this love for rugby. Like, you can't help it in New Zealand, whether your dad plays it, your brothers play it, your uncle plays it, everyone you know plays rugby. And I just loved it. My brothers and my dad played it. So had always this love for rugby, but it wasn't a journey that I was going to be able to make because it wasn't supported. Netball, wanted to be a silver fern without a doubt, wanted to play for New Zealand. And then when rugby became an Olympic sport, I saw it as an opportunity and I jumped on it right from there.
That's crazy. So how did you even get to that point of like starting your sort of Olympic journey? Was it you just saw something and then attacked it?
Yeah, so in New Zealand we had this Go for Gold program. It started in 2012. In 2012, there was like this ad on Facebook, and it was Go for Gold. Do you see yourself as an Olympic medalist? Do you want to crack at rugby sevens? And I was like, yes, please. Like, I've been wanting to do this my whole life, and signed up. Went along to a few different trials, ran like drills and stuff, and from that point on, just kept making teams. And I made the first New Zealand team in 2012. We went to Fiji, and then that just started the journey.
Did I read that you made that out of a group of about 800 people?
Yeah,
That's
there was quite a few
huge.
people. They pretty much opened it up to the whole country, netballers, soccer players, swimmers, whatever. If you've played any sport or no sport, come along to one of these nights, and yeah, just kind of rolled on from there.
Spiraled. So you got the taste for it.
Yeah.
And then what happened from that moment?
So I made the team to Fiji. I then got selected for the team to go to Dubai, which is out the gate. Like that is my favourite, one of my favourite tournaments on the World Series. And then it just kind of, rolled from there. And I think for the build-up to Rio Olympics, myself and Kayla McAllister, we both played netball together, came into rugby together, and we were just like, can you believe we're here? Like, we're literally going to be heading to the Olympics. And yeah, it was just amazing. And what I love the most is the people, the people I get to play alongside, and the people I get to meet and learn from throughout the whole journey.
I mean, that must have been such a surreal experience. I mean, for the first time standing on a podium as well, like how did that even feel in the moment?
Well, I guess at the moment I was a little bit heartbroken because we lost to Australia. I got a yellow card in that final. Game came back on. I did a knock on in that second half, so I felt like I'd lost the game. So within that moment, I actually felt really heartbroken, and I felt like I cost the team the gold medal. Coming back to New Zealand, when I got to share it with the country and my family, I realised, man, not many people get to go to the Olympics, and not many get to come away with a medal. So enjoy it, because it's not going to happen again. And I also learnt that I'm never going to feel like that again. I don't want to feel that heartbreak. I don't want to feel that disappointment or letting my team down. So I worked my bum off for the next 4 years leading into Tokyo.
Yeah, and Tokyo went fairly well as well.
Yeah, it did, minus no crowd.
Yeah.
It was a bit quiet in the
Totally
stadium.
different. How did that compare?
Oh, it was, like we had the gold, the dream moment of winning gold, but there was no one there to support us, no one there to like celebrate in the crowd. We went into quarantine when we got back to New Zealand, and that was for 2 weeks. And then when we got out of quarantine, we went into a whole country lockdown for 9 days. So it was like, yes, we've got this gold medal that we worked for the last 8-9 years for, but we can't celebrate it with anyone. So felt a little bit ripped off.
It's like an anticlimax a little bit, isn't it?
Totally. And that's why Paris was so amazing, because we got the combination of the two, where I had my whānau in the crowd, we won gold, and I supposedly retired after that. So it was really like, you couldn't think of a like perfect moment.
I mean, that must have been so cool, going from such a strange experience in Tokyo and then that atmosphere in Paris.
Yeah.
And then obviously you've had such an amazing career in the sevens, but how did you find your way into 15s?
Coming to 15s is always hard for me. There's no space and there's so many people everywhere. So the adjustment takes a little bit longer. But then the other part is I love 15s because it is the purest form of rugby. I learned so much in terms of breakdown, in terms of attacking, in terms of manipulating the opposition. So 15s is always so much fun because I learned so much. And transitioning from the 7 side into the 15 side, the people are so supportive. You have coaches that really understand that the transition from 7s to 15s is harder. And for me, leading into the World Cup in Aotearoa, New Zealand, me and Sarah Hiddeny, we were at the laptops every morning at 6 a.m, learning all the moves, learning all the phases, learning what things are called every morning, because we'd just come out of a 7s World Cup as well. So for me, I love learning, and that's why I love 15s.
Sounds like you this morning when you were learning all the New Zealand words.
It was, yeah. I had my homework from my grandma because she's from New Zealand, and I was like trying to learn all the phrases. So fair play to you.
What did you learn? What was a couple? Can you remember?
I knew she'd ask you that.
Kia ora.
Kia ora, yeah.
And then where she's from is Tauranga.
You're so great, honestly.
With my Yorkshire accent, it's not going to sound very
No, but you try so hard, and I love it. It sounds great.
Is it Maori?
Yes, Māori.
Which is family?
Māori is us as a people, and whānau is family.
Whānau.
Yes,
is family.
that was another one.
Yeah.
So I'm trying.
I mean, you're doing pretty well as well.
Yeah,
you have
just give me this T-shirt.
I
as
love
well.
the top.
Yeah.
I love it. Where'd you get it from?
My grandma. Yeah, my grandma. But even just from her and the culture and the respect, and she's so rugby mad, and I just love it. So I've learned a lot through her about New Zealand. So it's a beautiful country. So.
That's a big part of your identity, though, isn't it? That's kind of part of your ethos. That's what it's all about for New Zealand, isn't it? It's where you come from. It's a family. I love the poi routines that you do on TikTok.
Yeah.
That looks really hard as well, but there's so much meaning to those as well, isn't there?
Yeah, without a doubt. So being Māori is absolutely important to me. It's who I am, and with my parents, they've always instilled in us that you know who you are, you know where you come from, so then you know where to go from there. And the poi, funnily enough, they used to be made out of like flax and a rock, and it was used for men because we have all sorts of different weapons that were used with your wrist, and so the poi was to strengthen the men's wrist. So it was just a flax rope tied around a rock, and it was to strengthen the wrist. Fast forward to modern day, it's now used as a performance for women, and it is quite difficult. I was lucky enough that I grew up with it when I was growing up, when I was younger. So I learned a little bit when I was younger, but it's really quite hard. But again, I'm just so proud to be Māori.
There's huge significance to it as well, isn't it? It connects you to your ancestors and to your family, and that's kind of what it represents.
Yeah. So within Māori, we have weaving. We weave. It's called harakeke, but it's flax, and the motion or the understanding of weaving is about weaving generations, weaving people together. When you have one person from one tribe marry another person from another tribe, that family is now woven together in history. So weaving itself in the rope of a poi, in the rope of our cloak, of even our kaku, our clothing, is really important for Māori, because it's all about weaving history and weaving people together. And I don't know if you've seen, but on our jersey, our New Zealand jersey, it's got a weaving pattern on it, and that incorporates the weaving of different cultures, because we have Māori, Samoan, Tongan, Niuean, so many different cultures in the team, that it's about weaving the cultures together to create history.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, I think it's beautiful.
It is.
And it's clear to see that you have such a sort of a strong bond as a team. I suppose like the culture, and you must take time in bringing the teammates together and things like that.
Yeah, you all come from different regions, and New Zealand's not that big, but some are from the top of the country and some are from the bottom of the country. So when we come together, it's now realising that we're all one team. How do we connect on a deeper level rather than just on the rugby field? And we do these moments where we just connect. We have one person get up and share what's important to them, where they come from, who's important to them, and then that's our way of understanding, oh man, she's may have lost her parents, or she's got lots of siblings, so that's why she loves being around all these people. So it just gives you an insight into who they are, where they come from, and then we can all connect on that level. And we know you're not all going to be best friends. You've grown up with certain people, you've had rugby careers with certain people, and you're going to create that connection on a deeper level anyways. But understanding people like from different regions and having absolute respect for them, and knowing that you have the ultimate value or ultimate goal of just playing amazing rugby together, that's what underpins it all. You're not going to be best friends, you're not going to go out and have a coffee together every day, but you understand and you have full respect for each other.
And that's what it's all about, isn't it? Is respect.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, the Haka, which is iconic with New Zealand, something that we're all really looking forward to watching across the World Cup. How many rehearsals do you have, and do you do that at every training, or can you give us a bit of an insight into how you manage that?
Yeah, so we'll have some leaders. I'm in the off-field leadership, and we throughout the campaign we've already organised different days when we'll do like a waiata, a song practice, where we just practice our songs, and then we'll also have a specific Haka practice. And it is quite cool because we get to get our management in, and it's nice to have some of the men coaches in there just to give it some bass, because otherwise we're just screaming girls. But at the end of the day, Stacey Waka kind of takes control of it. She loves her kapaka, she loves standing up there and being the boss. So she takes charge, she gets everyone in line, and we'll go through it multiple times. Each line will roll through at the front, and it's just about getting confidence. And I can understand that if you're not Māori and you haven't grown up with it, it's quite daunting. But the really cool thing is our girls get into it, they fully lock in, they understand that this is a part of our culture, this is a part of us as a nation, that we do this haka, and it means so much to them as well, which I'm so proud of because they understand it. And they give it the absolute best, and that's what I love.
It must be the best feeling when you're actually out on the pitch before playing. That must be unreal and just get you so pumped as well.
Yeah, it does, but it's also, sometimes it can put people off. In the last World Cup, we played against Australia in that first game, and a few of our girls had never experienced doing a haka in a World Cup and then going in to play a team. So there was a bit of it took us about 15, 20 minutes to really get into that game. So maybe as us, as leaders, as people who have been before, is helping people to understand, those new girls to understand that when you do a haka, you're going to feel all this emotion, you're going to feel like real high. How do you come back down? Using your breath, calming your nervous system, bringing your heart rate back down so that when you get to do your job, you're focused and you're ready to go. So it's a lot.
Yeah, I've never thought about it like that, but it could be a distraction, and it is about then channeling your energy in the right way, because ultimately it's not about the haka, it's about the result.
Yes.
Isn't it? But it's hard because it must be such a huge moment in these players' lives as well.
Yeah. And I think the cool part is we're going to have a lot of people supporting our girls. We're going to have quite a big cohort of people following us around the country, and that itself gives you so much excitement and gets you riled up, right? And so doing the haka in front of your whānau and your family against an opposition in your first World Cup, those emotions will be out the gate, right? So I think between now and then is sitting down with our new players, our World Cup debutants, and being like, okay, when you finish the haka, do some breath work, understanding where your heart rate is. Then we go into what's important next, what's important now. It's our kickoff, or are we receiving? So really breaking it down from when you finish the haka right up to kickoff.
That's so interesting. And as well, do you obviously learn it in school in general?
Some schools do, but not all schools.
Okay.
Yeah, so if you're lucky enough, you'll have a school that will have a school haka. Otherwise, it's only for school that have a Māori unit, and you learn it if you're in their unit.
Okay.
Yeah.
That must be great for the kids who do get to do that from a young age, because you can hear them responding to you in the stadium, all the families behind you. I guess that gives you another boost as well. I want to ask you, from your perspective, the World Cup final, the last World Cup final, you were concussed in the final.
Yep, having to sleep on the side.
Yeah, I remember that, and I'm sure it was a bit of a blur to you because, it all happened so quickly, but do you feel like you needed to kind of come back and you had some unfinished business almost?
Yeah, I've been asked that quite a bit, and to be honest, I don't. I'm not oh man, I missed out on that World Cup final, I didn't really get to perform. But my team did amazing in that game, and I watched it back pretty much just so I can understand what happened in the game and what happened before. But the girls did such an amazing job. I couldn't imagine sitting on the side in the stadium not knowing what was going to happen, because that is such a nail-biter game. You want to get final like that. But for me personally, no, I was happy with that final. I was happy to just, walk away and be like, yep, no, I'm happy with that. But I think what got me back was I just couldn't say no to just being so close, it's the year of the World Cup. I don't know what I was thinking that I was going to say no to the World Cup anyways, but I think what brought me back was just the girls. I still love the game, and I just wanted to have a crack. And if I got here, then cool. It was an amazing opportunity. If I didn't, then that's fine. I'll go have babies or something like that.
That's a great alternative as well.
Yeah, I think so too.
Love that. And was it quite an easy decision to sort of come back, or was it a bit, did you have to have your family and sort of people around you to help you with that?
Yeah, my wife was really important in that decision. She was so accommodating, I guess. She was, look, whatever you want to do, I'll support you. If you want to go back, I'd love to come and watch. If you don't, then that's cool. We'll work out the next plan. But that's why I'm grateful for her. She's lived this life. She's played for New Zealand, and she knows all the demands that comes with this sport and this team. So she knew that whatever decision I'll make, she supported me. And it wasn't easy, to be honest. It was quite hard because, firstly, I retired. So shame, you're undoing what you just said. You're going back into play. But then also, what was best for my family? We have a 12-year-old daughter, a 13-year-old daughter. Is it the best thing for her and her schooling, her sports? She wants to play rugby. Do I help her with that, or do I just show that one more time you can pursue your dreams? And she loves the girls on my team. She loves Braxton, Sorensen McGee. She loves Kaylin Vahakola. She loves the girls that's in my team. So she also was like, oh, you get to be around these girls again. So it was hard, but I'm really grateful for the decision that I made.
That must be so special for your daughter, though. At that age as well, and to be at this sort of even the stadium and seeing a mum do such a cool job, like how unreal is that?
Coolest mum ever.
Yeah.
Well, not in her eyes, you know. Everyone else but your parents are cool with that age, right? So she loves the girls in the team. Braxton, she can't get enough. Just the fact that she's so young and so fast and just so cool. So, yeah, I'm grateful that she has some amazing role models to look up to, but according to us, she doesn't really care.
She sees you every day.
Yeah.
You know,
Your mum and Portia, it doesn't matter.
We've got to just quickly talk about the reaction, the response from your last World Cup win, because obviously it was at home. It felt like, from our perspective, you know, the timings were a bit tough for us, but we were watching it along and the crowds were there, they were really in it with you. What was the reaction from that World Cup, and how has that then helped with the momentum towards this one?
The crowd at that World Cup, right from the first game through to that final, was just amazing. I think for rugby, we're used to... Sorry, there's a bee. Sorry. There was a bee like right on your face. The crowds at that last World Cup were so supportive. You had the dads that brought their daughters, you had the nannies that brought their daughters, you had girls, boys, everyone in the crowd supportive, swinging their poi around with their flags, with their signs. It was so amazing. At that final, they stayed right till the end. The crowd was packed out. And the response we had from that was just a massive increase of girls supporting rugby, parents wanting to send their girls to rugby. I was coaching or helping coach our daughter's team, and we had like 6 new girls want to play rugby. They've never played it before, but they watched the World Cup and they're like, oh mum, I want to play that. And that was happening around the country, and I think around the world as well. And then not long after our World Cup, we had the FIFA World Cup in Australia, in New Zealand, and that was massive as well. I've never watched so much soccer before in my life. And so I think just for women's sport itself, that World Cup has just projected like so much support for women's sport. And now leading into the biggest World Cup ever, you've got visibility, you've got people supporting it, you've got new fans from all around the world. I think that World Cup definitely set the tone for women's sport.
Got goosebumps.
I know, literally, I was just like, it's just so amazing to think about. And like, even just looking back at your younger self, like your daughter's age, 13, like what would you even say to yourself back then?
If I was to talk to younger Portia, it would be to take every opportunity. And that's what I did with rugby. It was just take every opportunity, say yes to everything. Netball, sports, athletics, like take every opportunity and run with it, and take it with open arms and be as open to everything you possibly can.
And thanks to all the hard work of, you know, the likes of yourself and your team, and actually all the female athletes that we have at the moment, there's so many more opportunities for young girls now, and you're so much part of that. So how proud are you with what you've managed to achieve and what kind of world you're helping to create? Yeah,
I'm extremely proud of that, to be honest. Like I said, as a 13-year-old, you just do what you want to do and you play sport, and you don't really realise the impact that you have or you could have. And so to know that I've had an impact on women's sport, on the growth of the game, not just myself, but also the players that went before us, that we've just created history, right? And I'm grateful for it, and I'm really looking forward to where the journey goes from here. So when my daughter's in the game 10 years' time, where's the game at then? And I'm really excited for that part.
She's going to be a rugby player.
That's what she says. Yeah, that's what she says. She wants to play rugby. Not sure if she wants to play 7s or 15s, but...
She can do both.
Yeah. Yeah. So she loves both. She loves the journey. Her friends all love rugby. She loves playing the game. Yeah. She needs to work a bit more. Work a bit harder, I think, but I'm just being critical.
She's under 13, it's fine.
Exactly.
She's got time.
Exactly. So aside from, you know, ultimately winning the World Cup, which is no doubt what New Zealand want to do this year, what is the goal? What do you want to, I don't know, achieve outside of just winning?
I think for our young girls, especially our Māori girls back home, our young Māori kids back home, is to really find their passion, find what they're passionate about and chase it. Not necessarily just for sports, you know, we have some beautiful singers at home, artists. Whatever they're passionate about is really chase that. Because when you have a purpose, when you have a passion that you want to give everything to, the world is better for it too. So I think just for me personally, and I think our teammates as well, is to show that young kids back home that their dreams are possible if they really want it, and just to work really hard for it. For me, that would be amazing.
Portia, in every episode we do some quick fire questions. Okay, so you ready for this?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
So, first one, who was your sporting hero growing up?
Jonah Lomu.
What does it mean to you to wear that 11s jersey?
Yeah, that 11's jersey has so much history in it. Players that have gone before, players that are yet to come, but to know that Jonah Lomu, the absolute beast of New Zealand rugby, of world rugby, got to play in that jersey, and I get to play in that same jersey potentially, like, it just holds so much history, and I'm grateful that I get to experience it.
I mean, you don't need to ask why, really.
Yeah.
Absolutely iconic. Absolutely iconic. Other than your own sport, which sport would you have the best chance of winning an Olympic medal in?
If I was to dream big,
Yeah.
whether I'm good at it or not right now, would be snowboarding. I would love to do snowboarding.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting
No,
that.
I know. Just something real random. I love snowboarding. I'm just not that great at it, but yeah.
That's
With a bit
cool.
of practice. Yeah, knowing you'll end up at next Olympics or something. So, who would your dream dinner party guest be?
There would be one that I'm a famous person. I would love to have dinner with Bob Marley, and then my nana.
Love that.
I didn't get to spend much time with her, so those would be two. I'm a bit cheating.
It's fine, you can
Two
have to. You can absolutely have to. What is the best thing that you've bought in the last 12 months?
Wow, these are great questions. Quickfire.
So they can
house.
edit the pause. Oh, go on, sorry.
Yeah, sorry. The best thing I bought was probably our house. Very grateful for that.
Amazing.
Yeah, as you do.
Yeah.
Other than social media, what's the most used app on your phone?
The health app, tracking my sleep, tracking like the steps, my activities, and all of that. I guess that would be the most tracked one.
That's the one I avoid. That's the one I avoid. What's the thing that you're most proud of? That's a big question because you've done so much.
Marrying my wife.
She'll love that as well.
Yeah, sure. Had you not been an athlete, what would you be?
A teacher.
Ooh, in what?
Primary school. Yeah, primary school. I love being around kids.
And when you're coaching as well, I guess you have that as well.
Yeah. I love being around kids. I don't know, I think I'm still a kid at heart. And so being a teacher would be a dream job. My mum and my parents, both my parents are teachers, and yeah, I love being around kids.
Looking further afield, what's next for you post World Cup? Do you know yet?
There's a few things that I want to do. Commentary. I wanted to get into commentary. For me, it still gives the exciting part of rugby and travel and being around people, but also not necessarily have to be so fit to be on the field. So would love to do that. And then ultimate dream would be to head back home. I'm from the top of the country in Northland. I'd love to go back home and create more opportunities for our young kids up home, whether it's rugby or sports or whatever it is, but I guess get more visibility to those people out there who don't quite get the visibility or the time like the rest of the country does.
So we ask all of our guests the same question, which is, has there been a moment in your life where you were stronger than you think?
Yeah, the biggest moment I think was with my wife. My family weren't as supportive, and so I had to be really staunch in what I believed in, right? So I knew I loved my wife. I knew I wanted to be with her, but I had to sit down and talk to my mum and be like, Mum, I don't want to divide my time between the two of you, and I want the both of you to get along, so I need you to try. And that was hard, right? You stand up to your mum like that, and you really got to believe in what you're saying, otherwise it's all for nothing. And so for me, that was like a really, really proud moment of mine, to stand up to my mum, tell my mum how much I love my wife and love this person. And from then on, they've been really good mates, and they're both Gemini. They have the same personalities, they think the same way, and I'm like, oh, okay, we've got the same person going on. So yeah, that was the proudest point I've had, is being able to tell my mum how I really felt.
Good for you, because that sounds really tough, to be honest.
Yeah.
I bet you don't get a lick in anymore, do you?
No, they're best mates.
Love that.
It's all worked out for the best then, so that's really lovely to hear.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, thanks for sharing that.
Yeah,
Thank you.
and thank you for sharing everything today. It's been so wonderful chatting to you, and like we said, we're wishing you all the very best in the tournament. You are Team Aotearoa today.
Yeah, I am.
But we are English, so we can only wish you good luck to
I
a
can
certain
do both.
extent. But yeah, thank you for your time and best of luck post World Cup too. We can't wait to see what's next.
Thank
It's
you.
exciting.
Thank you. It is very exciting.
Portia Woodman-Wickliffe there, a brilliant episode. There's plenty more Stronger Than You Think episodes available. All you have to do is head to Rugby Pass TV to catch up on the other eps. Thanks so much for being here and we'll see you back here very soon. Bye bye.